Hey guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy December, welcome to 2023. This is Mo the Traveling Jamaican, and I want to share with you what we went through, what we did, all the happenings for the Christmas, our first Christmas in Mexico. So the first thing that I want to kick it off with is that we went to a posada. So Munchkin, who is almost 13, she's going to be 13 this month, she is in a teen group here in Mexico, and they planned a posada for all the members and their families in December. So there was a lovely lady there. Her name is Lucy, and she's Mexican, and she told us everything that happens at a posada, what the traditions are, the traditional songs, the traditional foods. It was a potluck type posada, so everybody was supposed to bring something from their home country. We as Jamaicans, we brought curry chicken, which was a big hit, of course. It was so lovely to kind of see all the food that everybody brought, see some of the traditional Mexican foods, taste some of the traditional Mexican foods, and of course, it was my first look behind a house in Central. So that was kind of exciting for me too. The posada was held at a house in Central. I got my first glimpse behind what is behind some of those very high walls and closed doors, and the house was fabulous. I was like, okay, maybe I could live in Central after all. And then I thought about all the noise and the flooded streets and the narrow sidewalks, and I quickly snapped right out of that. But the house was beautiful, and we got to sample, as I said, some traditional Mexican food. There was a piñata there filled with candy, of course. And, Lucy told us where the tradition of the whole piñata thing is coming from. And it was just so much fun to sit and hear about the Mexican traditions. I learned a lot, and I was in awe of how hard the Mexicans party, because posadas are held from the 16th to the 24th of December. So there are 9 nights where families gather at each family member's home and eat this big meal. The biggest one is on December 24th. So their Christmas Day celebration is really on December 24th. They eat at midnight, so I'm not quite sure how the rest of the eating for the day go. But they eat at midnight traditionally, and that's when they have their big celebration. And then Christmas Day is just really a day of sleep and eating leftovers. So fireworks were going off, like there were literally fireworks across the street from me December 24th, Christmas Eve, when we were in our bed. Well, when we went out actually, so in Jamaica and I don't know where else, we have this tradition of what we call grand market. So on Christmas Eve, as Jamaicans, we go out shopping, and you get your last little Christmas gifts, any little knickknacks you forgot, anything that you want. You go out shopping in the streets, what they call grand market. All the vendors are out, and you get to go out, and some of them go up until midnight. You're out. You get to go out shopping, and it's a grand festive affair. So I kind of went out on Christmas Eve. Me and Munchkin went out to the malls to kind of see what Christmas Eve was like in Mexico, and they take their Christmas seriously because, as I said, their Christmas is really on Christmas Eve. That's their biggest celebration. So the malls closed at 7. We didn't actually get to do much. Everything was closed up. All the restaurants, everything. 7 o'clock, the place was dead, closed. Everything went down. So it was fun at the posada. After the posada, one of the things that I wanted to do for the whole holiday season was visit one of the ruins. So we went out to Zibil and I hope I'm saying that correctly, which is a ruins only about 20 minutes from where we live, and we went out there to try and see. They have a light show, but I've never been, so I wanted to go in the day first to get to see what's out there, to get the story behind the ruins, and then see the light show afterwards. I was hoping to be able to stay for a couple hours and do that whole transition. Well, they were closed by the time we got there in the day, and I was like, okay, I don't want to actually do the night show without getting the history of the place first and seeing it in all its glory in the daytime. These ruins are actually the ruins that you can see. I'm going to leave it because I'm going to eventually do a video for the Zibil ruins. It is very special, especially in winter and summer solstice. So I'm definitely planning a summer solstice trip back there. But we went out to Progreso Beach instead. This is the first time my parents were visiting Progreso Beach. So we went out there for dinner at Crabster's, and this is what we had to eat. And that was a lovely time as well. Progreso is, with the Malecon and the family atmosphere by the seaside. I love Progreso. I'll always keep going back to Progreso. I love that it's so close to us that we can just shut it out there anytime we want to go out to the beach. By the way, the food at Crabster is a little pricey, but of course it's right on the Malecon, so It's to be expected. It was delicious though. I had shrimp in lobster sauce. Grandpa had shrimp in, what's that, coconut shrimp. And then Mom and Munchkin had burgers with bacon. Both of them said they really enjoyed their burgers with bacon. I think Grandpa's coconut shrimp was fried a little too hard, but my shrimp and lobster sauce, well, I would have appreciated a few pieces of lobster in the sauce. I was like, how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to trust that this is really lobster sauce? Like, it wasn't lobstering. It wasn't giving lobster, but it was delicious. So I would go back to Crabster again. But there are so many restaurants on the Malecon that is on my to try and to do list that I'm just like, I don't know when I'm going to ever go back there. So we'll see about that. Crabster is also here in Merida, I believe in Paseo 60, which is on my to-do list as well. There's just so many restaurants here in Merida to try. If you are going to Progresso, keep Crabster on your list for seafood. It was delicious. On Christmas Day itself, we hosted dinner at our home for Mom's group of women over the age of 50, so they call themselves the 50 Finers. This is them here. We are in the early stages of dinner, so everybody's in the kitchen kind of setting out. We had a dessert and a drink station, and the kiddies were put outside. That's the kids' table outside. So they're out there playing cards and games. What was that? Uno they started off with. We had a lot of food. Like, first of all, when we went to the store to get ham, we saw this thing. Oh, there's Mom's patties, of course. We saw that thing right there. We thought it was ham, but as you can see, it's actually stuffed. It's like pork stuffed with rice and veggies and I don't know what else. And we had tons of pasta. I think we had 5 different pastas there, so we were drowning in pasta for this dinner, which is not something I'm used to as a Jamaican. Our Christmas dinners are usually very protein heavy. So we were just drowning in pasta, but everything was absolutely delicious. There was beef in that pot. As you can see, it disappeared. By the time I took my video and then started getting down into the drinks people brought, there were so many drinks. I can't even but I remember. And I did make a little bit of sorrel to go along with it. This is us digging into the cake for dessert, and me and Munchkin playing some cards before the adults got into some spades playing. I think we actually taught them Kaluki. Anyway, my sister is here for, what is this now? We are New Year's, right? So of course, she's our first official guest, or first official visitor to our home here in Mexico. So we did a little bit of tour guide thing. This is Munchkin running through the pigeons in Plaza Grande, where everybody has to go if you're here in Merida for the first time to take your picture by the sign, right? The Merida letters, of course. So this is us in Plaza Grande. We went inside of one of the historical homes here that surrounds Plaza Grande to kind of see the art and get a glimpse of the history. Let me tell you, the art inside this particular one is kind of dark, but of course, you know, it's telling you the story of the Mexican history, which has some very dark parts, don't we all? And so it also has this kind of fake cenote in there. Watch this one, assuming that the cenote, it should have no sense, you know. And then we kind of just walked around to appreciate the art and the stores and this big bench that's just kind of situated right in the middle of it here. We tried to catch the tour bus at the end of it all, but the guy, one of the guides, he told us to come, it was better if we came back like for the night tour so that we could actually see the sights in comfort, because of course the tour bus is one of those open buses where you sit on the top. That's where I would want to sit anyway. And it's open air, so you can see everything that is surrounding the city. The tour lasts about an hour. We didn't actually get on it then. We're going to try and catch it back. It's 120 pesos per person, and you catch it right in Plaza Grande every hour on the hour if you're interested. We went to Casa Maya for dinner. This is my panuchos. They were delicious. That's cochinita pibil my sister is having. And Mom is having pork chook. So those are 3 traditional Yucatecan meals. Munchkin is having pasta. That's why you don't see hers featured here. But this was delicious as well, and it was a great way to show my sister some traditional Yucatecan meals. before we headed out to our New Year's Eve party, which was being held inside the home of one of the fabulous ladies that I've met here in Merida. So this is the spread that she had for the New Year's Eve party. Everything was absolutely delicious. It was the perfect end to the year for me, just kind of vibing with ladies that I've met here in Merida, showing my sister what the lifestyle that we're living is like. And it was not turn up party, which coming from China, I'm sure she appreciated because that jet lag was kicking her seriously. But we had tons of fun, and the light show, can I tell you, have I told you that Mexico loves fireworks? Fireworks were going off all across the city for a good hour before and after. So that's 2 hours, right? For a good 2 hours all across the city. So, from what we could see, and then there were some that were even very close to us. So we got our own personal fireworks show. This was, I'm telling you, the perfect way to end the new year in our new home in Merida, Mexico. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? What a way to kick off 2023. I was so happy. On New Year's Day, we headed to the beach. I've never been to Chalem before, so I decided, what better time to go explore a brand new city here in the Yucatan. We went to Chalem, but let me tell you something. You see, when Mexicans mean it's a holiday and we're closed, that's exactly what's happening. They're not opening because it's a holiday because you want to come and eat and drink and party. No, no, no. So we actually did not stay in Chalem. We went over to, this is the Boardwalk Beach Club or Boarding Beach Club, right beside the Slicer Beach Club in Progreso. We actually did go over to Progreso because, some things over there were open. I had this tradition of actually writing down, my goals for the year every day on New Year's Day at the beach. I absolutely must go to the beach and ground myself in nature every New Year's Day. So that's what we did. We went out there to enjoy the beach side and actually take in just some nature and ground ourselves. And eat, of course, and eat. So I had shrimp tacos, and my parents had fish, fried fish, just like we would get them, whole fish in Jamaica. And my sissy had a burger, and everything was delicious again at boarding. Would I go back? I'm not so sure. I prefer to be right on the Malecon when it comes to eating at Progresso for sure. I have a long-standing tradition of spending New Year's Day on the beach, and this year wasn't gonna miss me either. 2022 was epic. It was my word of the year was alignment, and align I did. I had no idea when I set that word that I was just gonna not have any major goals. I was just going to align with whatever I felt, and I was gonna stick to that, and I was gonna follow the messages that came to me, follow my intuition, follow my gut, make sure whatever messages I got downloads from the universe, I was just gonna go with it. And the way Mexico came about, the way everything fell into perfect alignment, I picked the right damn word for the year last year. And this year I want to lean into that. So this year my word for the year is faith. It's believe. It's really faith. It's trust. It's time I think, or the intention this year is to stop thinking that everything is a big coincidence, or to stop looking at each little manifestation as, oh, I did that. And instead, to know that I did that, to expect, to realize that the universe is always working in my favor, that everything always works out for me, and that I should have faith in that and stop worrying about what ifs and just go with the flow. So this year my word is faith. I'm putting my faith in my favorite affirmation. Things are always working out for me. And so if I feel like I want to go do something, I'm gonna go do it because things always work out for me. I can't tell you the shoestring budget that we came on the road with, and everything just keeps falling into place, and it will continue to do exactly that. I have faith that we are all on our journey. We are all on our right path. We are all meant to be here. And I'm talking to you too. We are all meant to be here. And the more you follow your intuition and those little nudges that the universe is sending you, like go here, do this, do that, the more you have faith that things will always work out for you, they will always work out for you. So I am enjoying my time at Progresso Beach. I'm about to go eat because I'm starving. But thank you for being with me on this journey. I really appreciate you all. We're going to have margaritas on the Malecon. Grandpa. He's up here. Huh? I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way to the end here, know that I appreciate you so much. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Look at this restaurant that's right on the Malecon. Doesn't it look fancy? It's definitely on my list for next time. Next time, always a next time here in Merida, Mexico. Ciao for now. Leave me a like and comment below. Let me know what more you want to see on this channel.